I think I'm good for today. I'm gonna look at this Wild Rift video because I'm probably gonna be streaming Wild Rift a lot when it comes out. And let's take a moment to do that because why not, right? Like, why not? So initially I was going to do a second channel. I thought it'd be really fun just to break up the monotony of like standard League, to fuck around with a mobile game, because why not, right?
Hey,
I've got all this equipment and all these opportunities as a content creator, and I'm on Facebook, so like Facebook streaming seems to be a lot of mobile love, and I was like, this could be kind of interesting, it'd be kind of cool. So I've been following Wild Rift. I made a video a while back on my second channel where it was just kind of like explaining what I thought would be strong, but I haven't really made any more content on it yet because the way I was viewing it, it wasn't going to come out anytime soon. So now it looks like finally Riot Games has come out and made a new video talking about Wild Rift, which is League of Legends mobile, which I think will be really fun, and I think I would have a unique perspective on it considering I've played so many different platforms and games. I thought I'd do pretty well in mobile. So yeah.
Michael Chow here.
All right, Michael Chow, great.
Cool. Our very first test is a 2-week alpha in Brazil and the Philippines. Just
2-week alpha in Brazil and the Philippines. Really not much to talk about here. I think I've signed up to be a part of this potentially, but there's no guarantee. The reason why they picked Brazil and the Philippines specifically is because in mobile markets, Brazil and Philippines is just like the bigger market. In the United States, we don't really have a massive market for mobile. That will change over time. I think that these types of games will become more popular over time. Especially, one of the bigger reasons I find that we don't have such great success with like mobile games and mobile, like serious mobile gaming here in the US is because we've got a massive landmass, and that means that we don't have as good of a connectivity with these types of experiences like they do, you know, someplace like Brazil, someplace like the Philippines, where it's just more common. There's just more people in a smaller area. It's just more common. Not much. I've already skimmed through this. There's not much exciting going on here, but let's go and see what they're actually talking about with these other updates.
Hi everyone, I'm David Xu, the product manager for Champions on Wild Rift. We talked about Champions a while ago, and our philosophy remains simple. We want to retain the feel of your favorite champions so they are authentic to what you know from League, and we only look for changes where it makes sense, like to accommodate Wild Rift's faster game pacing, our slightly smaller map, or to adjust for the dual stick control.
Whoa. Let's look at this map for a second. This looks very interesting right here, right away. So this is a smaller map. I haven't actually been following up with like a lot of the Wild Rift changes. I didn't even know this one was coming. I'm sure it was out there. But this could be very interesting in terms of how fast rotations will be happening around the map, and also just like what junglers will be viable. It looks like this is going to speed up clears considerably for a lot of junglers and speed up pathing for a lot of junglers. And it looks like that, you know, in traditional MOBA style, or mobile MOBA style, it's going to be a lot of roaming is what this looks like right away to me.
Other map, or to adjust
even more
for the
than what
dual
we're
stick
used to in
controls.
League right now.
Now you're probably wondering who has made it into the alpha roster. So we put together a little something to show you who made the cut this time around.
Also, they updated all the champion animations in... I'll turn this down a smidge. They updated all the champion animations for this game. They basically built this game from the ground up, which I think is pretty interesting too, because if you think about it, League has kind of been on this like Atari hardware on PC, and that's why a lot of the client issues, all the bugginess of the game, hopefully Wild Rift will actually be less buggy than current League by a long shot, and we'll have animations and show off champions in unique ways that we haven't seen in like the original game, which I think is kind of cool. Like, all this stuff looks dope. Isn't that interesting though? Like, League has been out all this time, and you don't see animations like this in League of Legends. There's nothing cool like this in League of Legends. It was one of the funniest things to me about screwing around with Mobile Legends on my phone. I was like blown away with how many animations for different characters that they had that we don't have in this on PC. We don't have anything that looks cool like this on PC. Our PC experience looks kind of dull comparison to mobile. Well, technically, it's starting to release in the Philippines and Brazil right now, which is what we're talking about. All right, so I get it. What else you got to say?
Wild Rift features a dual-stick control scheme that we hope feels natural to mobile and console veterans. We have spent a lot of time building on that foundation with a focus on responsiveness and precision.
So, cross-compatibility with mobile and consoles, stuff like the Switch will be getting Wild Rift, I'm sure. Stuff like Xbox, PlayStation. This is actually a pretty massive step for League of Legends. A lot of people have kind of been sleeping on the idea of like mobile League of Legends, but I'm excited to see what happens because I've obviously put so much time into my channel, educational content and all that stuff, and on my original channel, and it's fascinating to me because here we have this whole player base from console players to mobile players that have never had to experience this game and never have gotten to mess around with all these different champions and play styles and just unique things that have made this game so special for like the past 10 years. I'm very, very excited to see this game on different platforms, and I'm very excited to see the twin stick style too play out. I don't think it'll be bad. When I tested out Mobile Legends on my iPad, I just thought it was awesome. I thought it was great how smooth everything ran, how fluid everything was. Heck, in some of the complaints, like for example, I don't think that Riot will do this with Wild Rift, but I remember with Mobile Legends they had like ranked rewards. I mean, it was just stuff like that a lot of people are just dismissing mobile. With something awesome like League on it, I think there's a lot of potential there.
We have invested a ton into targeting, aiming, and some new tech we're not quite ready to show yet. Now with that in mind, let's take a closer look at a few of Wild Rift's champions. For NEACE's players, we felt it was critical to maintain his infinite scaling raid boss fantasy in Wild Rift. And to do that, we adjusted the speed at which he gains stacks of Siphoning Strike to make sure that he can still ascend in the late game.
NEACE is going to be a boss, bro.
We mentioned a couple months ago that
this is one of my
polishing up his
staples.
stack deck to be more than a passive ability. The new version grants our favorite gambler a burst of attack speed, opening up new potential build path.
ADTF's gonna be OP, bro.
Already works great on Wild Rift, but we took the opportunity to change Double Up into a skill shot to accommodate our dual stick controls. And now this also gives the Misfortune players more gameplay opportunities.
That's pretty cool. I actually like that.
While some champions
skill shot on Misfortune
make
Q.
Some small adjustments. For Janna, she was a perfect example of a champion that has near identical gameplay. For Shyvana, we wanted to push the envelope a little further and really bring out her Dragon Hunter thematic while not adjusting her core gameplay pattern too much. Now, when Shyvana takes a Drake, she gets unique bonuses in Dragon form. For example, killing an Inferno Drake adds some true damage against Scorch enemies.
Dude, Shyvana's OP.
Mountain Drake will grant Shyvana a slow on her Twin Bite. So, as you can see, we are keeping the experience pretty close to PC, with a few changes that hopefully better fit our new platforms. We think it will be awesome if you can pick up some of your favorite champions in Wild Rift and immediately start showing off your skills against other players. And now, let's hear more from Jonathan to talk about Wild Rift's core gameplay.
Alright, Jonathan.
Familiar to League players, so we thought we'd start at the same place every League game does. Let's head into Champ Select. Just like on PC, you can select from a range of summoner spells that give you powerful but limited tools to turn the tide of battle. Smite will be a little different, but we'll get into that later. With Wild Rift's rune system, we're looking to bring the meaningful pre-game decision making of runes reforged on PC, but streamlined for shorter game sessions. There are 8 keystone runes to choose from, like
Whoa. Okay, I gotta look at this. Area attack. Okay, that's the same from the game. You get a little bonus on your shield and on your damaging abilities. Impairing the movement of enemy champions makes them take more damage. This is for control mages, stuns, all that stuff. Loyalty. You and your closest ally gain AR and MR, so armor and magic resist. And then you've got, so that would be a support. Mana flow hitting in it. Okay, that's the same from the game. What else do we got here? Fleet footwork, that's the same from the game. A little burst of speed and some healing. Grasp, same from the original game. Sweet Tooth increases honey fruit healing by 25%. That's for jungling. While near ally champions gain 2% movement speed. For each unique ally you participate in a takedown with, you gain 50 gold. That would be junglers and maybe roaming supports. These are interesting. Gain 20 max health for regeneration. That's for tanks. Spirit Walker, there's slow resistance, health and slow resistance. Huh, those are different for sure. Okay, keep talking, dude. I read through them.
Bonus stacks too. You might have figured out some of this already from our previous gameplay clips, but let's talk about some of the features of our map, which is called Wild Rift.
There are 3 lanes in the rift. Pick one and push forward. Defeat the enemy turrets and nexus to win.
Wow. Whoa, that intro is pretty dope. Rudy, thanks for subbing, man. Wow. Okay, check this out. Basically, what they've done here is, for anybody that's coming over from PC, a lot of complaints over the years about red side versus blue side and the screen, the way that the screen is oriented, right? Well, basically in this Wild Rift game, you are always playing from the left to right. So if you see, watch how it looks again. This is very significant for people that don't know. This is like super significant. Both teams are facing the same direction. They wanted to make the game as streamlined as possible. So they flip it for one team. I thought that was very unique. I don't know how that's gonna feel, but yeah. I think it's smart. Well, this is what I was saying, Daniel. Is like, here you have, we've been playing this PC version for years and years, and there's so many fixes that they just won't do because the PC game is just so janky. I mean, it's old tech, like super old tech, and they won't rebuild it. I mean, the graphics even look better on mobile. The movement and everything, the animations look better on mobile. I mean, it looks great.
It has all the phases of a League game that you would expect, but shortened to 15 to 20 minutes. From last hitting and trading in the laning phase, to setting up the perfect gank, to fighting over that crucial dragon, to clutch team fights. For junglers, you can now choose whether you want challenging smite or chilling smite after you finish off 4 major jungle camps. That way you can get straight into ganking as soon as you're ready. You can expect to find many in-game items you'll know from PC, which can only be bought in the fountain. While the number and tuning of items may be different, they're perfect.
Dude, they even made the
almost
icons
identical.
look better in this.
For instance, Rabadon's Death Cap is still the go-to item for stacking up your ability power. Trinity Force still deals tons of damage. We also need feedback on our new Tear of the Goddess item designed for tanks. It's called Fimbulwinter, and it'll grant you a shield when you crowd control someone. Wild Rift also features many familiar active items, but each player can only purchase one. These active effects are now bought as a 3rd tier for boots, and you can mix and match any upgrade with any boot type. Support players might want to pick up the Redemption enchant, and tanks can grab the Stone Plate for extra resistances.
Honestly, it looks so good, man.
Want to try something that's totally different.
This would be such a nice break from just PC's BS.
We've added a quick buy pop-up for when you really need to get back to lane quickly, too. We've built Wild Rift's gameplay with depth and strategy in mind. We want this to be a MOBA that's easy to pick up with friends, with a high ceiling for mastery, so we're hoping the core 5v5
Honestly, it's just gonna, I'm gonna play it and I can already see myself being like, oh, no point in playing League on PC.
Alpha also has co-op versus AI available to practice your skills, a tutorial that covers controls and abilities, and we're looking.
It looks clean. It looks like they. I'm telling you, this. Let me
just
pause. Just reiterate this. My whole excitement about this game, and I've said it multiple times, is that it's built from the ground up. If League of Legends on PC was built from the ground up, I mean, we would have just. There are so many things that I know the team at Riot actually wants to do, but they don't want to disrupt their ecosystem. And the best, when I took a tour at Riot, the best phrase that I heard back, I took a tour back before they had their current office at Riot. I took a tour out there. And one of the things that one of the guys said to me was like, it's like working here is like trying to upgrade a plane while it's in flight. Like basically try to change out the wings while the plane is flying. Like that's how this game has been for years and years and years. It's been built on like spaghetti-o code, exactly. It's been built on like just janky nonsense that would, if it were just built from the ground up, if it were built from scratch, we would have so many things. Like the client being a mess, the client would have never been a mess if they could actually like revamp it. But the code is just so bad and they can't transfer things over smoothly at all. It's just going to break their whole economy if they do it. And they know that. So that's why it's just jank. It's just trash. But if you look at this game, so many things are remedied even though it's in a mobile format. There's better animations. There's better fluidity. There's a better system for like how to do blue side and red side. There is just so much stuff. There's just so much stuff that is like, that is easy to fix if the game is built from the beginning.
It's the rank
like
system,
rebuilt.
which we've designed to retain the core competitive spirit of League, with a few adaptations for new platforms. We'll talk more about this at a later date. That's all from me. Now let's talk about skins.
Skins. I don't care. I don't know if I care. You know me, I don't really care about skins that much. Oh no, Corona.
There are many more skins on the way, and we're really excited to represent your favorite skins in a new way on Wild Rift.
We hope you're excited. We really are. This is still only a taste of what we're up to.
All right, I'm done tasting it. Cool. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to post it probably for my YouTube for my second channel. I'm excited, man. And if this guys get on the channel, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm gonna be peeping this on the side, and then once I can actually get my hands on it, I'll do some Challenger PC player plays, Wild Rift, League of Legends mobile. It'll be very fun, and you know that the guys here on Facebook in the Facebook community will definitely be grinding that. But yeah, cool. I hope to have more updates on this soon. Peace, guys.